welcome back to Open Hand Farm. I am so excited. I got an Azure order today, and there were some things that I had been wanting to order recently and they weren't available. So I have a very big order. Also, I just like to have some things on hand for the winter months, so I always order just a little bit more before that time comes. I also am now with the affiliate program for Azure, so I will have a link in my description box. And if you think that Azure Standard is something you would like to try out, just click on that link and go look at items and see what you think. Because I'm with the affiliate program, I get $30 a month to try new items. So I have some new items in here today and I can't wait to share them with you. So let me show you what I got in my Azure order today. If you've seen my orders before, you know that I love this Central Milling Company Artisan Baker's Organic Wheat Flour. It is the best flour, especially for sourdough. I love it. But I didn't just get one bag. Let me show you. I got 3 this month. I had been really low on flour and I didn't realize how low until I emptied my last bucket. So I needed flour. I like to have several buckets on hand and I just hadn't done it. So now I can fill all my buckets. Another thing I like to have on hand is their organic regular rolled oats. These are the best oats I've ever had. They're so creamy and yummy. I love them. So I just emptied my oat bucket, so now I will refill it. Under the oats, we have some whole barley, and that is for our chickens and rabbits. So that will be added to our animal feed area to use from throughout the next few months as well. The rest of my items are in these boxes, and these 2 boxes are some of my favorite things. If you watch all of my Azure videos, you know what these are. These are my bagels, and I ordered 2 boxes because I don't think I'm going to place an order in January and probably not February. So I wanted to have enough of these on hand because that was the only thing that I really felt like I would miss if I didn't order 2 of them. If you're new here, let me show you what's in these boxes. These are sprouted everything bagels. And when I say everything, I don't mean they took a sprinkle on with dried seeds and stuff on it. This has tiny little pieces of like roasted onion, roasted garlic, pepitas, seeds, all kinds of seeds and stuff, but they're all fresh and real. They're not a sprinkle on flavoring. These are so good. So I keep these in my freezer all the time because if nothing else, if I just even want something to go with a bowl of soup or something like that, I could pull one of these out. Even if I don't eat them for breakfast, they're good for any time during the day. So I have 2 boxes, so that is 12 packages of these. I have an envelope here today. Let's see what's in it. Oh, I see. This is my organic garlic powder. I was running really low on this. I like to buy my herbs in big bags like this, and then I break them up into smaller jars and suck the air out of them and put them on my shelf in my larder, or what my granddaughter calls my store. I just did a video of that. Let me put a card up here if you want to check out my store. Now on to this box. I know I've said this before, but I really like the way that they will reuse boxes. Like this has been folded down and cut and reused to fit my items instead of even recycling. I mean, this is a way of recycling, and now I will recycle the box, but it got used for a second purpose, and I really like that. All right, this box has a lot of stuff in it. Okay, these are non-GMO dried nectarines. I'm really excited to have these. I'm going to put them in my granola and in my overnight oats. I just keep thinking of all the things I could do with them. So there's 1 pound, 2 pounds. Now, I have told you before that I am not a fan of white sugar. I will use honey or maple syrup. I will also use coconut sugar. But recently somebody told me about maple sugar, which is dried maple syrup. So it has all of the vitamins and minerals that are in maple syrup, only in sugar form. And I bought some from Amazon to try, and it was really pricey. And I love it because it's more like a white sugar, whereas coconut sugar is more like a brown sugar. So I looked, and Azure has it, and it's organic and cheaper than what I bought on Amazon. So I bought 2 of those to have on hand because it is Christmas time, you know. There's a lot of baking to be going on. I have another spice-like thing, an herb, that is bay leaves. Oh man, these smell so good. I had grown a bay plant a couple of years ago, and I harvested all of the leaves at the end of the summer because I knew it wouldn't make it through the winter, and I loved having those fresh organic bay leaves. Well, I couldn't find a bay plant last year here in the area, so I decided to go ahead and buy some because I'm almost out. I make a lot of sourdough bread, but I've been wanting to make some rye sourdough bread. And I'll probably do half all-purpose flour, half rye flour. So I bought some rye flour from Azure. I bought some Italian seasoning. I have some on the shelf, but I just opened my next to last jar. And the last time I bought a much bigger bag, but it lasted quite a while. So I decided to buy a smaller bag this time and just keep it on hand so that I have refills when I need it. I've tried making some gluten-free sourdough bread, and the recipes that I have used call for white rice flour. All I had was brown rice flour. And I also know that people put rice flour on their sourdough so that when they cut it, the design stands out so much more. So I got some white rice flour. Another herb, thyme. I have some thyme in my garden, and I processed some, but I didn't process enough. And the last freeze we had made it not look too great. So I decided to go ahead and buy some this year, and I will work on processing more of my own thyme all summer next year instead of waiting until the last minute. Along with the garlic powder, I also got some onion powder, and it too is organic. So I will store that until I need it as well. I got some garlic. I really like the Azure Standard garlic. It is organic. I have some still from a couple months ago, and it's starting to get a little drier looking. So I think I'm going to cut that open and roast it and then freeze it because I like to make sourdough bread that has roasted garlic and cheddar cheese in it. I just put it in little balls and freeze it. And that way I can just pull them out of the freezer when I want to make bread with them. I have been having a lot of trouble finding affordable, natural, organic, no sugar added peanut butter. I did find some. It's like a great value brand at Walmart, but it was like $8 a jar. And it was a little jar. It was only like this big. So I looked on Azure to see what they have, and they had this. And this is CB's nuts, organic, no sugar added, with sea salt, and it's called Crunchi. I don't know if you can see that right above the organic word. And they say it's the perfect mixture between creamy and crunchy. So it's Crunchi. And I have had this before and loved it and had forgotten that I had gotten it there. So I went ahead and added a couple of those to my order as well. Oh, and one last item, kefir, however you want to say it. They have the best kefir. It has so many, let me see, it has 56 billion CFUs in it, which is the good stuff that you want. And it's really yummy. So I decided to order some. I'd been trying to make my own, but my kefir grains aren't working like they should. So I ordered some dehydrated kefir grains. So I will rehydrate these and try to make my own again. But until I get this going, I have this. So 2 kefirs, however you want to say it, to round out the end of this order. Now let me show you all of it put together. And if you have any questions, or if you want to just check out the Azure site, be sure and click on my link in the description box. It will cost you no extra money to use my link. It just gives me credit if you end up making an order. So thanks a lot. And if you have any questions about any of this, feel free to ask. Or if you want me to try a new item with my $30 credit, let me know what that item is, and I will give it a try if it's something that I think I would like to try as well. My new items this month were the nectarines and the maple sugar. So I'm really excited to have those in my pantry. And until next time, blessings on you and yours. Wanted to let you know I got all of my spices and herbs filled up and airtight and ready to put on my storage shelves. Elsie and I wanted to take a minute and just say thank you, and we love you, and we hope that you all have a wonderful holiday season.